Hi, good afternoon mga Bisaya. Kumusta naman mo? Hinaot taunta that you are in good health, in great shape, and of course, you are very safe from COVID-19. Of course, this is once again your friend, ang Bisayang dako nga tubo nga taga Southern Leyte, ang inyong amigo sa kanunay. I am Frederick Aniga, and I would like to welcome you all to my channel, Frederick Aniga, ang Bisaya. Well, I just hope that you are all fine and in great shape and of course safe from COVID-19. I just want to let you know that my classmates and I are very sad and still in the state of shock because just a few days ago, one of our classmates died because of COVID-19. It was a surprise for all of us because that classmate of ours is somebody who was very conscious about health and he lived an active life. But then suddenly, as in unexpectedly, he died because of COVID-19. And that is why this is a reminder for each and every one of us to always follow and observe the guidelines and the protocols being set by the IATF. One thing is for us to always wear the face mask whenever we go outside of our houses and to always observe physical distancing so that we can avoid the transmission of the virus. And the very best that we can do in order to prevent the transmission of the virus is to stay at home only when it is important, only when it is urgent and necessary that we will get out of our houses. Because once we are outside of our house, then we are very vulnerable. We are exposed to the transmission and the contamination of the virus. That is why we should listen to the request of the government for all of us to stay at home. Anyway, for many of us, especially working at the office, the organization or the establishment observe this work from home scheme, no? So that we can continue working in our respective houses. And the purpose for that is for us to be safe in our houses, not to be exposed, unnecessarily exposed to the virus. And with that, we can prevent further the spread of the virus. In our province today, we are required to be more careful because there have been reports that the Delta variant has already penetrated our province, meaning there are already a number of individuals who have been found positive of COVID-19 and that of the Delta variant. And so we just have to do our share in solving this problem. We cannot just rely everything to the government. We also have to do our part. For as long as people are getting out, for as long as people would be in a crowd, they are exposing themselves to the virus, and so it will spread, and more people will get contaminated with the virus. Okay, so if this is your first time to watch my video or happen to drop by my channel, please don't hesitate to give your comments. If for example, you have some comments with regard to the content of my video, do not hesitate to write your comments or questions or clarification here in the comment section. And of course, I would be happy if you would also subscribe my channel. Okay, so I just want to let you know that as of this moment, I already have 101 Dalmatians. No, I already have 101 subscribers. So to all of you who believe in me, thank you so much for subscribing my channel. This afternoon, we will continue talking about sexuality. You know, sexuality is part and parcel of our being human. No? Without sexuality, then our humanity will not be complete. Okay? So the mandate of God, His order of man going to the world and multiply and populate the world could not be possible without sexuality. And so it is just but proper for us to sometimes talk about our sexuality. So in my previous video, we were talking about the maleness according to the theory of Sigmund Freud. No? So in that video, we talked about when a son becomes male. Okay? So that is based on the theory of Sigmund Freud. Other people may not believe in it, but of course, there can also be lessons that we can get from what Sigmund Freud has told us. Okay? So, just a precaution, no, when we speak about our sexuality, we should not base it simply of what we see. No? Because tendency is we will try to determine and identify the maleness of a person based on his actions and behavior. That is why if we see somebody nga medyo malamya ang kanyang kilos, no, mahinhin o pino ang kanyang kilos, then we will consider that individual as bakla or bayot. We have to understand that there is such a thing as effeminate. Effeminate. So this term or concept refers to an individual who may be acting or behaving like gay, no, but in reality he is not gay. When can we say that an individual is gay or homosexual? It is important that we do understand this concept and be able to answer this question. When can we say that a man is gay or homosexual? Gayness or homosexuality is based on the sexual preference of an individual. Take note, sexual preference of an individual. So when we speak about sexual preference, this means to say, or this refers to the preferred partner of an individual. Okay? So if a man would prefer to have sexual relations or sexual activity with another man, then that is when we can say that that person is gay. If a man prefers a woman to be his sexual partner, then we can say that that individual is heterosexual, because an individual who is sexually attracted and would have a sexual preference with the opposite sex. So for example, a man sexually attracted to a woman, then that man is considered heterosexual. An individual who is sexually attracted to the opposite sex. But if an individual, a male for example, is sexually attracted to another male, no, and would have sexual preference with another male, then that person is considered homosexual. he is gay. Now, take note, sexual preference may not be in accordance to his or her behavior, meaning to say, it may not be shown physically. That is why there are individuals who look very manly. They have this muscular physique. They look very male. And yet deep inside, they are sexually attracted to the same sex. But there are also individuals, there are men who are feminine in the way they behave or in the way they speak. Their actions are very feminine, and yet they are sexually attracted to the opposite sex, to women. Okay? So when we speak about being male or being female or being gay, we cannot rely on what we see. No? That immediately when you see somebody who is acting like a woman, then we can say, oh, that person is gay. Or if we can see somebody who is very muscular and very manly, then we can say that, oh, that man is a real man. Because this is a reality in terms of sexuality. There are those very muscular, and in fact, there are a number of them who are working in the military. And yet they are gay. They are homosexual because they are sexually attracted to the same sex. But there are also a number of individuals who look gay, they act like women, and yet in their heart they are real men because they are sexually attracted and they have sexual activity with the opposite sex, not with the same sex. Are you aware of this? These people are real, and perhaps you know somebody. They are your friends, they are your neighbors, or even they are members of your family. That is why this is just very important that you have an open mind in understanding and accepting these people. And there are also individuals who are attracted to both male and female. What a wonderful world, what a colorful life. Yes, that's true. There are those who are sexually attracted to both male and female. They love having sex with male and they also want to have sex with female. In Tagalog or in Filipino, we call them silahis, no? And we have a colloquial term for that, the ACDC, no? ACDC. Pwedeng laki, pwedeng baji. Meaning to say, that individual can find sexual satisfaction to both male and female partners. So these are things that are real in our life as individuals and members of the society. And the same is true with women. No? So there are also women who are sexually attracted to the same sex. And we can be surprised upon knowing that there are women who are very feminine, very sexy, and even very beautiful, but deep inside, they are sexually attracted to the same sex. Women sexually attracted to women. These are called lesbian. But there are also those women who are tomboyish, no, who act and behave like men, no, we call them tomboy, and yet they are just like that. They behave like that, but their preferred sexual partner is man. So you see, sexuality of an individual is something that really requires and needs deep understanding and deep knowledge of a person. We will not just base our perception or knowing of the person based on what we see, because sexuality is more than the physical appearance of an individual. A person may look gay, may behave gay, but in reality, he is a man because his preferred sexual partner is a woman. And there is also a woman who may be tomboyish in the way she acts, but in reality, her preferred sexual partner is a man, and vice versa. So, sexuality is very interesting. We just have to know deeper a person for us to understand his or her sexuality. But what is important is that in the way we deal with every individual, our sense of acceptance, our sense of tolerance, it should not be based merely on the sexual preference or the sexual orientation of an individual or a person. A person is more than his or her sexuality. No, we respect every person no matter what his or her sexual preference will be. You and I, we can live a beautiful world without judging a person based on his or her sexuality. So I hope this afternoon you have learned something about sexuality. If in case you have some questions or doubts pertaining to what we're talking about this afternoon, so do not hesitate to write your comment or question in the comment box down below. And of course, I would really appreciate if you click the share button so that other people will also be able to watch and understand what we've been talking this afternoon. And of course, please do subscribe my channel, Frederick Aniga, ang Bisadya. Daghang salamat sa pagtanaw.